Have you ever heard the term drive for show, putt for dough? Well, my guess on the fact that you clicked on this video is you're not making any dough, ball's not going in the hole. So in this video, I'm gonna remind you a couple tips to improve your putting and help you start making some dough, start getting that ball in the hole so you can start winning some money off your friends. So let's get started. The first step to improving your putting is the setup. Setup is way more important than you think. With the wrong setup, you're just gonna miss a lot of putts. You're not set up to succeed. But with the right setup, you can make some putts and you can make some dough. So what we're gonna do to start is grip the putter however you feel comfortable, whether it's left hand low, conventional, some sort of claw technique, whatever's comfortable to you is what you need to putt with. Because putting is all about comfort and confidence. Next part, getting into the setup. We're gonna start by extending the putter out in front of you and rotating your wrist down so the putter drops down a little bit. From there, we're gonna tuck our elbows into our side and bend over till the putter hits the ground. This is gonna be a very compact setup for you that'll allow you to make a better stroke and be more consistent, basically just setting you up for success. One very important aspect to the setup is making sure your eyes are over, if not inside the golf ball. A lot of people tend to get too close. I struggle with this as well, getting too close to the golf ball, and you just can't see the lines as well. So it's beneficial just to make sure you get a little bit farther back. The best way to make sure that you can do this is to grab another ball and place it next to your eye when you're set up to it, and it'll show you when you drop it where your head's set up, and you can adjust accordingly. One thing I forgot to mention when I originally filmed this is where to put the ball in your stance. If you put the ball too far back, you'll be hitting down into the putter, which will make it bounce a lot. So you want to have it at least center, if not slightly forward, so we can hit up on it slightly and get it to roll a little faster. The next part about this is how you move the putter. You want to be the most efficient you can. The more things that move around, the more difficult this whole putting motion is going to be. Common mistake a lot of people make is they use too much wrists and hands. The putter face rotates a lot when you use a lot of wrists and hands, but if you use more shoulders and chest rotation, a lot less face rotation, a lot more consistent. So what I want you to focus on when you are over the ball is feeling like those arms stay connected inside and you are just trying to rotate those shoulders down and through as little hand and wrist action as possible to make it way more consistent. So again, more hand motion, more difficult. If you focus on chest and shoulders, it'll be a lot more consistent and you can start making dough on the greens again. So you got in a good setup position and now you understand how to move the club properly to be most consistent. Now, how do we control the speed? Now, this is a common mistake a lot of people make, is they think that speed is determined by how fast they move the putter. So they don't even think about stroke length, they just take it back and accelerate really quickly through. Now, if you want to be consistent, you can't do it that way. You need to keep that tempo consistent, and the length of stroke will determine how far you're gonna hit it. Let me explain, let me demonstrate for you. So to demonstrate it for you, I'm gonna relate it to if we were gonna toss the golf ball. Now, if you were gonna toss the ball at the hole over there, you wouldn't grab the ball and make this short backswing and then like flick it out there, trying to accelerate really fast. I didn't even keep it on the green. You just can't be very consistent with it. So what you wanna do is keep this tempo consistent. Like if you were going to throw a ball, you wouldn't do that short jerky thing. You would make a longer, smoother toss so then you can be consistent. I made it. Much better. So again, like it's the same thing with putting. We want to make sure that tempo is consistent and the stroke length or the length of this toss determines how far it goes. Back with the putter in hand, let's think about the same topic, same idea. We don't want that short, really jerky motion to control speed. What we want is a little longer and smoother motion where the tempo is consistent no matter what the distance is. It's just stroke length that changes. A good way to make sure the tempo is consistent is if you can have the same backswing length and through swing length. It's a good kind of reminder to keep that tempo consistent, because if we went short and threw really long, you probably accelerated a lot, and then vice versa, long and short, you probably decelerated. So I want you to think smoother tempo, while keeping the tempo consistent, and equal back, equal through. It'll make it much simpler to control your speed and not have those really long second putts because your speed wasn't correct. So for this concept too, you don't even gotta just believe me. Like let's bring it over. Logan Price over here, pro golfer. What do you think? How do you control speed on the greens?
All right, so I'm a right-handed player, my right hand dominant, so I feel everything in the putting stroke in my right hand. Really, my two fingers, my thumb and my index finger. And back to what you're saying with tossing the ball and rolling it, it's really all in the tempo of the stroke. So completely agree with you. You want to feel like you're rolling it. You're not just like throwing it, chucking it. And when I set up over a long putt, this is 20, 25 feet, I'm really thinking of how can I roll this ball in the hole, because the ball is never leaving the ground. So we're rolling it, we're not hitting it, right? So same kind of feel when you're tossing that ball. It's a tempo and it's a smooth stroke. So we'll see if we can do a little better than that toss there. It's not a hard, jabby stroke. So.
Perfect. So that is all the tips I got for putting, making sure you can make that dough on the greens. Again, a little reminder, what we went over: setup, getting a lot more consistent setup, being more compact, moving the club. You want to focus on the chest and shoulder rotation, less hands, help you be more consistent. And then when you're trying to control the speed of the putts, you're really focusing on the tempo being consistent and the stroke length determining how far it goes. So thanks again for watching. Thanks to Logan for being part of this video. I will link all his stuff down below. So go give him a follow, check out some of his golf progress, and we'll see you in the next video. If you're looking for a one-stop shop, everything short game related to help you improve on and around the greens, I got a short game program for you. If you want to watch more of these videos, click here. If you want to subscribe, click down here.